Well, hey there, everyone. Do you smell it? Do you feel it in the air? What's that tingling running down your spine? Is it a dick? No, it is Camp Wicked Wild, the first campfire tale of this year's Camp Wicked Wild, which happened to be the year of the wiener. Our theme for the campfire tales this month is going to be the biggest dick. It may not necessarily be a physical dick, but maybe you're just a huge dick. You'll learn what I'm talking about when we get there. But first, introduce our guest, as always. We have Jeff. How are you doing tonight, Jeff?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Hey, great. But Jeff, can I ask you a question? It's a really important question.
Sure.
Let's say it's, 1700s. Literally scraping your knee on a walnut could kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And one day you're barefoot hanging out on a dock because what the hell else are you going to do in the 1700s? And some dirty hobo looking guy with 3 teeth ask you to come sail away on a ship with him. Are you doing it?
What are my other prospects?
None. You were literally in the military, and you kind of got dropped off on an island, and you have no money and nowhere to go.
Well, then why wouldn't I get on the ship and go?
But literally, like, you're on a rickety wooden ship in the middle of the ocean. You're literally just looking at the sky to navigate. You could die at any minute, and you're gonna take that chance.
So, you know what? Probably not, because I can't swim, so I wouldn't be a very good pirate.
See, right there. Prove up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also joining us is Dave. How you doing tonight, Dave?
Hey, Eli. How's it going?
Hey, it's good. Hey, Dave, ask a question.
You sure can.
So let's say you, like Jeff, decided to join this pirate ship.
I do like Jeff.
You have no prospects like Jeff. You guys were hanging out barefoot on a dock.
Which is apparently the only thing you do then.
Well, I mean, there's nothing else going on, So, what else are you going to do? And so you decide to, this dirty man with like missing teeth and stuff. You're like, yeah, we'll get on his boat. And you and Jeff are, sailing around. And then he goes, hey, there's only like 11 of us. Let's try to take that boat over there. Now, at that point, yeah, sure, I'll try to help you take this boat. Or you're going to be like, we need to stop this guy because there's like 11 of us and that's a big boat.
So wait, I'm taking over the boat that I'm actually crew on?
It's a boat,
or I'm taking over another
boat
freighter?
That's like another freighter. Yeah, a large ship. This ship may also have a giant black flag with red blood streaks and a picture of what you can only describe as death. But your captain's like, hey, let's take that over.
Okay, so first time on sea.
Yes.
Literally zero competency.
That is correct. Yes. Mm-hmm.
See a pirate ship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take it. That's what you're asking me?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Of course I am.
Even though like this ship looks mean, you have no experience. You literally have no shoes even. You're still barefoot at this point.
Yeah. I'm starving on the open sea. Mm-hmm. My prospects are, this is my life now. The worst thing that could possibly happen for me trying to become a pirate legend is that I die. Sign me up.
Now, Jeff, are you going to let him do that?
Yeah.
You're also barefoot, though.
That's fine.
All right.
What if they probably have shoes you can take?
Eli's very concerned with our shoe situation.
Well, listen, you're on a wooden boat. And what happens when you're not wearing shoes? Big splinters.
Everybody knows. If I've spent my whole life without shoes, I've got leather feet at that point.
And I bet you they have 2 inches of dirt on the bottom of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're good. You got protection.
And gross. And finally, joining us is Jamie. How you doing, Jamie?
Doing good.
Jamie, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
You're a crew of this dirty pirate man's boat, and he brings on 2 shoeless people.
These two.
And he's like, hey, see that big mean-looking ship over there? Literally has a flag of death. I convinced these other 2 guys to help me take it over. Are you in or are you out? He's going to look at you. And while he's described this, as that other ship is coming up to you, you see a guy proceed to light his head on fire and stare at you. Yeah, on the other ship, staring at you with eyes black as coal, typically carrying anywhere from 3 to 6 swords and 3 to 6 guns at one time. You still going to do it? Or you still let them?
Yeah, I'm going with my shipmates. Sure.
That guy's just a show off.
Did you hear how many weapons he had?
Yeah,
I
heard you.
These 2 have no shoes, Jamie.
I'm sticking with my answer.
Oh my God.
How else are you going to get more weapons?
I trust in my brethren.
Yeah.
Did you hear the part where Dave said they have no competency at sea?
Yeah, sure.
Wow. And this is why all three of you accidentally fell for a cult.
I play some Sea of Thieves. I think that
Exactly. There's some really
wait.
nice Spanish leather boots on that ship.
Hold on a second.
Then we'll have shoes.
I don't know what perturbs me more. The fact that Dave's assuming they're Spanish leather shoes on a ship he knows nothing about, or that Jamie's like, of course I can be a pirate. I played maybe one of the worst pirate games in the world, Sea of Thieves.
Whoa. Hot take.
I said it. I'm full of hot takes. All right. Well, hey, to start off our biggest dicks in history series here as we go through the year of the wiener, we talked about this week. We talked about Piranha 3D, or one of us, Piranha 3 Double D, or whatever it's called.
Added his own D at the end.
Added my own D at the end. And this, so I thought to cover the water area, we talked about the biggest dick in water, Blackbeard the pirate. Now I have to ask you guys, do you know much about pirates or Blackbeard?
No.
Can't
I'm
say
ready to
I do.
learn.
Did you know
Only-
Blackbeard was a real pirate?
I did know that. Yeah.
I only know what Taika Waititi has taught me.
Do you know that show? It takes out the veracity of Blackbeard, but the history is like surprisingly correct.
It's a great show.
Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoy it, and I was pleasantly surprised how accurate it was to the history and like this other not very good pirate. He tricked him to be like his pirate partner and like made him fall in love, and then at the end like used and abused him and left him out at sea.
As a pirate would do. Sorry,
Well-
I didn't mean to sidetrack you.
Well, we don't really go into that because we're talking about like the dark side of Blackbeard. Let's get into it. Blackbeard's real name was Edward Teach. He was born in the late 1600s, died in the early 1700s. He was not very old. He was born like 1689 and died in 1717. So he was like 30 years old.
Not doing well.
Not even
Not
30.
checking.
He was
Did
like
someone
20
check Eli's
something years
math?
old.
Yeah.
I
Not checking the math.
added extra numbers on there. He was
Somebody
like,
hand him his abacus.
he was like, hey, listen, man, I got any popsicle sticks. Can't make one, and I don't like the smell of glue.
You don't
Uh,
just have one saved that's already made. I thought like
I
that's
would,
on your
I
desk
would
in front of you.
literally throw them away every year because I
Oh.
don't like the smell of Elmer's glue.
Glue doesn't smell. Once
It does smell. It smells like
Done.
pickles, and I don't like it.
Eli, wait
You
a
not
minute.
like pickles either?
You made
I
some
don't like
bold
pickles.
claims, but glue smelling like pickles.
Elmer's white glue smells like pickles to me. I don't like it.
Okay.
Are you sure you weren't
Proceed.
just having a stroke when you were sniffing glue?
There is a possibility. It's not like, wait, hold on a minute. I'm not going to have you malign me to people thinking like I was like actually just sniffing glue. I was doing crafts and the smell of the glue wafted and it smelled like pickles. I didn't like it because I didn't like pickles.
The glue smell what?
Smelled like pickles.
It
No,
wafted?
Or
wafted.
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 It wafted.
So it was wet though. That's my point. When it's
Yeah.
dry, when it's dry, it doesn't
No,
smell
I can
anything.
still smell it. on
Okay,
it.
you could. Okay,
It still smells like
you have the
anytime we make
greatest
crafts.
sense.
Listen, I don't want
nose
to
in
say
the
anything.
world.
You have to be, Jamie, when you're a man that goes into some of the dark places I go to get the
Fair
truth,
enough.
you gotta trust your nose.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
if I can't see, the only thing guiding me, what I smell. If it smells like pickles, I don't go that way.
All right.
I heard you should follow your nose because it always knows. You know what I mean?
See, Jeff knows.
Nose.
Anyway, so he was like in his 20s when he died, basically. Not a lot is known about his early life. The only thing that's really known about him was that when he was in his young teens, during the second phase of the French and Indigenous War that was occurring in the U.S. colonies at the time, the second phase, Queen Anne of England was kind of like leading the show because there was some stuff going on. There was another war with the French and her husband, all that nonsense. So they literally called it Queen Anne's War. They know that he signed up to work on a ship because they were literally, this was during the end of the golden age of pirates. And because they were fighting the French on one side and then they were fighting in the colonies, they were hiring pirates to basically help them in the war. And Blackbeard got picked up by a group of like not really good pirates. They weren't even really pirates, and was on the ship, went out to sea. When the war was done, or like when they were done with their part, the ship basically took him to the Bahamas, dropped him off, and was like, "Figure it out, bro," and left him there. Where he met Jeff and Dave, I'm assuming, not wearing any shoes on a dock.
Can I just say for a moment, since you just went on tangent, I'm very upset that I missed the gray memo apparently tonight, guys. You could have like
Oh yeah, we're all wearing
looped
gray.
me in here. I have like the same gray shirt. God.
Yeah, wait, oh yeah,
Very
we
upset.
are.
Thanks for not calling me up and let me know.
We've just
Thanks.
proven that you're the best of us, though, because you're
Best
the
or
white
worst?
one. You're
Thanks.
the white.
Hey, truesies, you're the best. Best around. No one's ever gonna keep you down. Anyways,
Okay.
so Blackbeard for a couple months basically just hung out the dock because like he was on a small Bahama island, had no money, didn't really know what to do. And at the time, another pirate named Benjamin Hornigold, who was like this kind of famous pirate
Named
captain.
what?
Benjamin Hornigold.
Okay. That's okay.
I think I said horny gold. So I'm gonna keep
And
going with
we
that.
call him that. Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
just gonna go with horny gold.
Yeah.
Captain Hornigold, who just saw him like sitting there and was like, "Hey, do you want to join a pirate ship?" And he was like, "Yeah, what else the fuck am I gonna do?"
I
No,
could stay here and starve to death, or I could go with you.
and like what's crazy is not only did Hornigold be like, "You want to join a pirate?" Once he got on the ship, he's like, "Oh, by the way, we're gonna go to war with everyone because we're gonna create the Pirate Republic, which was gonna be a country of pirates." And everybody was like, "That is a great idea." So they went sailing and like they took over. This was, now mind you, this was 1716, 3 years before the end of his life. And so like they went around, they were trying to establish the public of pirates. They were like robbing a bunch of ships, plundering, burying their booty as pirates do, saying R.
I love all the words we could use tonight. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't wait for Dave's dad jokes to come out. I can't.
he was pirating around, as one would say, you know. Well, in 1717, because Hornigold was not what you would call a very strategic pirate, they didn't really like what he was doing, and like they weren't really like robbing the right ships. They weren't really getting the right booty, and so like his crew basically voted him out and abandoned him on an island, which he got very angry about. Got picked up, decided he was going to be a pirate hunter, was not very good at it, so he just retired. That's how good of a pirate Hornigold was. He wasn't. And so the rest of the crew, after they vote him out, they're like trying to figure out who should be the leader. When Blackbeard, or Edward Teach, at this point they started calling him Blackbeard because his beard was jet black. So these pirates were really good at coming up names.
Original.
Not
Real
really.
original.
They're not great.
They're like, "Hey, what should we call him?" Like, "His beard's black." Blackbeard.
Wait, so what's his real name? Do you know?
Edward Teach.
Oh, you said that. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
you're-
Sorry. Yeah.
No, so
I got distracted by Horny Gold and I forgot we had another name.
yeah, Hornigold's gone now.
I know.
He
He
sailed off
retired.
into the sunset. So after truly after they vote him out, like they're all trying to figure out who should be the new leader. When like as they were like out in the ocean, like this large boat came up, and like Edward or Blackbeard just kind of steered their boat towards it, and like they said he had because one of the things about him was he was rather tall. He was over 6 feet tall. Everyone said his eyes were dark black, and he had this giant black beard, and which is kind of crazy. He's over 6 feet tall, and at this point, he's like 20 something. Yeah, so young fella. Which I guess nowadays there are 20-year-olds that are 6 feet tall as well.
Just remember, 20-year-olds in the early 1700s would be middle-aged.
That's true.
Yeah, you're
That is
well
true.
on your way.
But they said attacked this ship with such ferocity, and that the people on the ship the merchants were so afraid of one man that they gave up the whole boat and all the goods to him. So all the people in the pirate group said, that's the guy who should be the captain. So that's how you got Captain Blackbeard, who at one point decided he wasn't just a captain. He was a Commodore. So he went by Commodore Blackbeard. A lot of people don't realize that.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. He went by
self-promotion is an important part of piracy.
He went by Commodore. So they took those merchants to the nearest landmass, made them get off, and watched them as they sailed away in their big ship, which he renamed Queen Anne's Revenge, and told them to tell everyone about Blackbeard, how ferocious he was and whatever. Everybody thought this was great. They're like, man, look at this guy.
What a leader.
But then some of the crew got a little concerned because this guy took it up to an 11. You know, they're like, oh, we're just going to be pirating around. It's going to be cool. Now, first off, he then started wanting to fill out the rest of his crew. And so he would attack various vessels looking for the baddest mofos around to fill out his crew. His crew is almost as famous as, or like there's members of his crew who, like Lauren Ledger, was famous. He was like, he had one guy who he got off it was a ship carrying slaves. He like freed all the slaves, and they found out one of them like knew voodoo, and like also was like 9 feet tall. It was like built like a brick shit house. He made that his second in command, and they said that guy never spoke and scared the shit out of everybody.
Now that's a reputation.
And like he did dark magics, and they said so. He'd find people like this, and he would attack every ship they would come across. And he would have, and it was always
what you're supposed to do as a pirate.
Yeah, but
what else would you be doing?
He cranked it up.
They don't have really good 401k
plans. No, there was like no rhyme or reason. He went with bigger ships, multiple ships. The dude did not give a shit. And then
he was a pirate.
He's a
true pirate.
And what he did was like they would go and they would be killing people as they were taking it. And then once they had full control, he would demand everybody stop killing everybody. They would find the closest landmass, drop all of them off there, and he would tell them, you better tell them who I am. Because he was trying to strike fear into the world.
It's like Walter White.
Well, yeah. And then he found his look. He started wearing black knee-high boots, black pants, a black shirt, velvet coats, normally in flashy colors of purples or blues.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, which at the time, apparently people said if you were like that color stuff, meant you were in league with the devil. Which that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
I wear purple all the time.
It makes
I'm black.
I do appreciate that he's using people's superstition against it. Like he's building this legendary.
Yeah, he's making himself. Yeah, he's making himself.
It gets even worse. When he made his Jolly Roger. Do you guys know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Flag, right?
Pirate flag's called the Jolly Roger. Mm-hmm. If anybody's on Jeopardy or your 90-year-old grandmother asks you,
what is the Jolly Roger?
What is the Jolly Roger? You can tell them. He even made his, at the time, even for a pirate, his Jolly Roger was considered sacrilegious because the flag was black. It had strips of red that were supposed to be blood. And then he literally had the image of death, which at the time was considered sacrilegious. Like you weren't supposed to use the image of death. Which makes like this like skeleton Grim Reaper guy, but like
I was gonna say, what is the image of death?
It was like a skeleton guy, and he had like little horns and
with
like
a spear.
With a spear.
It's a skeleton with a spear and then a broken bloody heart.
Got it.
And like everybody said that that was sacrilege. You weren't supposed to do it. He did it. He said, fuck it.
That's the whole reason to do it. If it freaks people out, that's why you do it.
Yeah, but he was freaking out everybody. Like he didn't care. And then this is where he takes it to a step further. And he started braiding his hair into giant, thick braids, his head hair and his beard hair. And he would either stick pieces of hemp in it. And so then when they were attacking somebody, he would light them on fire. And so that they would burn if he had cannon fuse, he would braid the cannon fuse into his hair and beard braids so that when he lit it, not only did it catch on fire, but it did sparks.
But did his hair and beard burn off then?
Well, there's
hair
even
burns
stories.
like that.
Yeah. Well, that's where we get to it. There are stories where he would even be like, if they were coming up onto something quick, or like say like the army or like pirate hunters were attacking them, he wouldn't even take time to do that. He would just light shit around his head on fire. And that this is where they believe that the story goes, a lot of people thought he either made a deal with the devil, he was possessed by the devil, or some of his crew that practiced various voodoos and hoodoos were empowering him with dark magic to let him do this, because they said his hair never burned. But like they said, there'd be smoke billowing out of his hat, and sometimes there'd be almost like a wreath of flame around his head. And with the look in his eye, because they said he never blinked and his eyes were dark black. He was over 6 feet tall, and they said he walked hard, which I don't know exactly what that means. If it means he stepped hard, or he was just like, you ever walk in a mall where you're like just trying to get across the other side real fast? Like he was doing that. And then he always wore dual bandoliers, so cross straps across his chest, which always had about 6 loaded pistols and 6 swords and hatchets hanging off of it. Plus, he always carried a broadsword in one hand, which isn't even a pirate sword, and a pistol in the other. And that's how he was always leading the way into these ships when they were attacking people. So a lot of time we got the point where people were so afraid of this man whose head was on fire, who had black demon eyes, the flag of death above him, just looking like a scrap metal pile, that a lot of times they wouldn't even fight. They would just be like, hey, take our shit. You're cool, bro.
Sounds like he accomplished what he set out for.
He would then, after he would capture the ship, he would make those people load all their stuff on his ship. He would then leave their ship, like kind of offshore that you could presumably swim to, take their crew to the closest landmass, with the ship, would tell them on the way there that they were all going to be possessed by demons or attacked by demons because they were on his ship. And then when they got to land, he would make them all watch as they burned their boat down, close enough that they could literally swim to it. And then they go, bye, tell everybody Blackbeard did this to you, bye, and then they leave. And they might be picked up, they might not.
Marooning people.
Yeah, he was marooning people, like Maroon 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I always knew there was something funny about, what's his name?
What, Adam Levine?
Adam Levine, yeah.
I just figured they're called Maroon 5 because when I listen to them, I would like to maroon my ears so I don't have to hear them.
Maroon my ears.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
See what I did there?
It just sounds like Blackbeard is like
a dick.
One of a very few true pirates. Like he's a true anarchist. Like everything you've told me, he is all against using everybody's preconceived notions and superstitions and religion against them.
He's an anarchist. Not give a shit. He did not, and he wasn't afraid of anything. That's why a lot of people, like I said, they thought he made deals with the devil, or he was possessed by devil, or there was like rumors that like witches were on his board. He like worked with these witches,
and he flamed those fires.
Oh too. Hell yeah! He would go against. He didn't care how big the arm was. He literally, a lot of people don't realize, he took the state of South Carolina hostage. He decided after he'd been a pirate for, I don't know, like fucking 8 months, that he was like, you know what? We should create our own town and retire, boys. And they're like, okay. And they're like, all right, we have all this treasure, all this money. We can get food. We can get all this stuff. You know what we can't get? And they're like, what? He's like, we need some medicine. What happens if, we're in our town, we need some medicine. So they literally took their 2 ships, blocked the port off to Port Town, South Carolina, which was like the main port town, and sent 2 crew members to the governor of South Carolina, who was in Port Town. It said, give us all the medicine in this city and that you can get from surrounding towns, or we will not let anything go in or go out of this state. And if we wait long enough, we'll just come and kill the whole town. By this point, he had like 50 crew against the state. The governor of South Carolina was like, our army will just kill you. And they went, okay.
Yeah.
And then they proceeded to stop 11 ships, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you have to remember the 1700s. So, like, ship moves slower. Took everything off of them and then held all those crew members hostage on their 2 ships. And then finally, because at this point, like, major goods like the town needed wasn't getting into South Carolina, the governor got all of their medicine together, gave it to Blackbeard, who then proceeded to rob 2 more ships, send all them hostages to land, and then burn the other ships down in the port just because he could. And then they literally sailed just a little ways up to North Carolina, where they founded Bathtown.
What's that?
It's a town on the coast of North Carolina that was founded by Blackbeard called Bathtown.
He likes a
Never
good
heard of
bath.
that.
Yeah.
Is it like a pirate town?
Basically, he was made it a pirate haven, and like it was full of prostitutes, and pirates could stop there. There was drink, and they retired on the beach for about 30 days. And then Blackbeard goes, oh, no, I'm sorry. So they go there for about 30 days. He's like, he's retiring. And then Blackbeard goes, you know what? I don't want to have to worry about the law ever coming after me. So they went back to South Carolina, and he forced the governor of South Carolina to pardon him. Because this guy saw what he did. It was like, okay, this dude's a dick. A huge dick. And then they went back to Bathtown for another couple months, and people thought, oh, Blackbeard's done. He owns Bathtown. It's all over. Then Blackbeard decided he wanted to do some pirating again. But he's like, I'm not going to make everybody who retired go with me. So 25 people went with him. And they went and started pirating again. And robbing ships.
Is that like a lot or a little, though? Like
that is not a lot.
Okay.
Considering like most of these big ships would have anywhere from like 30 to 50 people.
Okay, so he got the minimum.
He literally, because at this point, Queen Anne's Revenge, when they decided to retire his ship, they didn't just like port it. He was like, well, we're never gonna pirate again. So he had them ran it into the fucking shore, and it crashed and broke. And so then when he decided to pirate again, he was like, well, we'll just take this little schooner, which is like a smaller ship. He's like, we're just gonna do pirate shit. And they did. And they're robbing people, stealing people, whatever. The governor of South Carolina was like, oh, fuck it, I'm not getting involved anymore. Like, I don't want to touch this. He forced me to pardon him. He like robbed my town. I don't want to do it. The governor of Pennsylvania, where the state Jeff and I are currently located in, he was concerned that he had some deliveries coming, that they might try to stop him. And at this point, they were kind of sailing around the coast of Virginia there. He hired a pirate hunter to go after Blackbeard.
Pirate hunter.
A pirate hunter.
Huh.
Blackbeard.
That was the thing.
It was, yeah. Typically, they would hire former pirates. That was how they would get pardoned, is they would have to go hunt other pirates.
What scumbags, right?
Exactly. Especially Blackbeard, like the dude they thought was possessed by a fucking. He thought he was a demon.
I mean, to go after him, yeah.
He also, like, he heard about this. He did not give a shit. He's like, who's gonna fucking? I light my head on fire. He's not coming after me. And he proceeded to one night, knowing that the pirate hunters were in the area, he had a party where he invited some folks from the shore, which they actually think he kidnapped people because he was holding people ransom. And him and his crew had a party, and no one was keeping watch. And so that's
a power move.
The pirate hunter's boat, they had 2 boats. They came up and they were like, oh, well, we're going to get them. We'll start firing on the ship. They fired. They missed a couple times. Now, they were larger boats. So Blackbeard in his schooner was able to, like, basically turn the boat around. He probably could have got away. but he did not like the fact they interrupted his party. So he like turned it around and shot the shit out of one of their boats. And it kind of like wasn't really going anywhere. And then proceeded with the other boat to have this like battle royale with their boats. And like they're fighting. Well, in all the fighting, what Blackbeard didn't realize, he steered his boat right into a sandbar. So like he couldn't go anywhere. And so the pirate hunter was like, great, we'll take our boat up there. They're like, we have like 20, 30 guys on up top. There's another like 20, 30 guys in the bottom hiding because it's like a trap. He's like, we'll just board it and take his shit. So what they did not account for.
Sorry, I heard something else just now.
What, take a shit?
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna take their shit. What they didn't account for was when they pulled their boat up beside Blackbeard's boat, all 25 of them motherfuckers were ready to go. And they all jumped from their schooner into this pirate hunter's boat and started a battle fucking royale. Blackbeard's men almost killed all the soldiers up on the top floor. All the soldiers from the bottom came up and like they were fighting. Blackbeard instinctively found the captain and like they're having this epic battle. Many of the pirate hunter's men would try to help their captain to no avail. They said at one point that Blackbeard had killed so many men with the broadsword. He's basically cutting fuckers in half because he's using a big broadsword, that the blood was so thick on the wooden deck that people were slipping and sliding around and couldn't keep up. During this fight, as Blackbeard's like fighting, he's like fighting the pirate hunter, and his men would run up to help. 5 of his men ran up and shot Blackbeard. He got hit in the leg. He had a couple in the gut, 1 shot in the chest, 1 in the arm. And he killed all 5 with his fucking head smoking, his black demon eyes, a fucking broadsword. Didn't do it. So then they thought, because they heard he made all these dark deals, he must be immune from bullets. Which, can we just talk about how stupid people were in the 1700s?
Well, yeah.
Obviously, he's bleeding, so I don't know if I'd say he's immune.
I'm sure it's fine.
He was stabbed over 20 times and just kept beating the shit out of people. He was beating the fuck out of this pirate hunter and all of his men. And they actually, according to witnesses, he was about to deliver a killing blow to the pirate hunter when like one of the pirate hunter's men was able to come up and stab him directly in the throat. And then he fell. And they thought, oh, this is over. And then they looked and like he was trying to get back up. Blackbeard was
resilient.
And they were like, what the fuck? So they beheaded him right there and threw his body into the ocean because they were concerned if they left his body on board because he wouldn't die, that he would literally just put his head back on and start fighting it.
That's a legend.
Yep. And so then they end up taking so then they decided they wanted to make a point of a point out of him. They thought about like leaving a ship there, hanging some of the pirates in the bay like they would. But they were concerned because they thought at this point that he was dealing with some dark shit. They didn't want to keep his head on boat and land, so they hung his head on a pike in the bay as a warning to other pirates, and also because they were scared to death to keep it on the boat. Mm-hmm. And after that, they very quickly sailed to Virginia and hang the rest of his surviving crew. And I know what you're thinking.
Do you?
So thank God this is over. Blackbeard's finally done. Oh no, he's not. Because
he put his head back on his body?
No, that motherfucker's spirit started haunting the waters outside Virginia. There's actually that sandbar. They call it Peach's Bar now. Because they didn't want to say Blackbeard because they thought his name was cursed. But during that time, many sailors said they would be like going, and you would hear him screaming in the night, asking where his head was. And they would look in the water, and they would see his body swimming ferociously towards the boat, like he was going to climb on the boat and take a head. So people got afraid and would then take long ways around that sandbar, so they wouldn't, because they didn't want his body to get them, which added time on to everyone's delivery. So even in death, he was a dick.
Is he still haunting this water?
People still claim to see him today.
Like if you take like a ship around there, you
can actually take ghost tours. Like they'll take you out there.
Really?
But people
sounds like a campfire tale trip is.
People still claim that if like especially before a storm or after a storm, I'm assuming probably during the storm, but I don't think people really like hang out boats during storms anymore because like you don't have to. They say his body glows and it swims violently towards you, and you hear him screaming.
This is very exciting.
Some even say when he does it, you can almost smell like the smoke in the air. Oh, pickles. You smell like
powder
smoke in the air from like him lighting his head on fire. And like his head's trying to like alert him to where it's at. So biggest dick of the sea. Wouldn't die. And still cause people to have late deliveries.
Yeah, he's still inconveniencing.
Yeah, he still inconvenienced people. Like people for a long time, they wouldn't say his name because they thought it was cursed. Because like they're like, obviously a man that they shot 20 times or 5 times and stabbed over 20 must be a demon.
I mean, we've said it a lot tonight, so I don't know. Eli, you're fucked, I think. More than the rest of us.
Joke's on him. I'm not getting a fucking boat. What do I look like? What fucking
you don't
year
go
is
in
this?
the water, so.
Listen, you know how many times I've seen Jaws? I have a healthy fear of not all sharks, but of an obnoxiously large one eating my boat. And after we talked about with the Wicked Whispers and how they saw that over 45-foot long shark, I don't want to be the one to test that theory.
Fair enough.
I've seen Megalodon. I know how that movie ends. And I'm not Jason Statham. I'm not karate kicking a shark in the nose.
Not even gonna try?
No. I can't lift my leg that high. And so why would I go out and fight Ghost Blackbeard? I wouldn't.
Become part of the legend.
I mean, would you?
Oh yeah. I guarantee you in 2023, if the Mole King and his tidy whities slathered himself in mud and went out there and started swinging his Aragon sword
petroleum
on
jelly.
a sandbar,
Petroleum jelly.
he would be a story.
I feel like they would leave out the Blackbeard part. And they're like, there was a guy in whitey tighties who was oddly oily with a sword and a crown swinging away yelling about Blackbeard.
Exactly.
Just saying, that'd be weird.
I've heard weirder.
What's weirder than that?
Isn't that all we talk about? Weird shit?
That's true. That's true. You know what? I'll say this, though. Blackbeard, if he may not have been the biggest dick, there'd just been a golden crow on shore somewhere in this time frame.
That's why it was a dick, because there wasn't a golden corral. You know?
Exactly. If he would have had a golden crown bath town, do you think he would have ever left?
Do you think he invented Long John Silver's?
I'm pretty sure that was Long John Silver, the pirate.
Do you think Sheila worked in Bathtown? Is that where she got her start?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Wait, are you saying Sheila's like the first American prostitute?
I would say probably, right? I mean,
she at least her lineage, she at least comes from.
That's her bloodline.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, you're like, oh, like you're doing a school report of your great grandparent or whatever. You're like, oh, my great grandmother was the first prostitute in Blackbeard's town in North Carolina. Rumor is she slept with Blackbeard herself.
That's
and
pretty
had
exciting.
A devil baby.
That's me.
Carpet matches the drapes, Blackbeard.
Oh, wait, like she's like lighting her crotch on fire. Be like, we're both on fire now. That would be something. That would be something. I'd pay to watch that movie.
Oh no, I'm not in that one. I don't think this one's crossing the line.
Well, like they wouldn't actually show the crotch. You would just maybe like,
then what's the point?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like it could be like
that's the whole joke.
Like the camera could hover right over where you would to see her crotch, but they really all they see is flames. You're like, oh, okay, there it is. It's classy. It's classic.
Okay.
That's what I'm reading from this for sure.
Hey, listen, if I'm making a Blackbeard movie about him, 1, being possessed by the devil, 2, not dying, 3, bullying the poor South Carolina governor, I'm going to make it classy. And I'm going to see if Golden Corral will sponsor it if we put like a ye old Golden Corral in there.
Ye old?
Listen, how much money, Dave, would this show have to accept? Or what kind of money would we entertain if we could get an official sponsorship from Golden Corral?
$4.99.
Part of the sponsorship.
Wait, are we getting the money? This makes
they would pay us.
They're paying because they're
to sponsor them, right?
I'm pretty sure we would take almost any amount of money.
I was going to say, what's the question here?
Well, here's the thing.
Send us $5,
which I'm fine with,
and a gift card.
Which here's the thing, which I'm fine with. We go to one of the we go to the nice Golden Corral, and we have to sit there for a meal for a commercial, and you have to eat it on camera.
Oh my god!
But I'm a good actor. I can chew and spit, right?
No, you have to swallow it. Like they want to see you like, it's like swallow it.
Does Golden Corral have food that's not in the buffet? Like, is there food that has not been sneezed on or spit on?
Just
like,
there's sneeze guards.
It's just a buffet.
yeah, there's
well,
sneeze
they
guards.
they make their steaks to order.
I don't eat meat.
They have an ice cream.
Oh, that's great.
Don't worry, Jamie. Golden Corral steaks aren't meat.
First off,
an issue.
How dare you malign the good Golden Corrals? It says right on their sign it's grade A beef.
Oh, okay.
Why would they lie?
That's worth the paper it's printed on.
Listen, all I'm saying is, I don't know if anybody knows. They recently, I just saw a commercial. They're offering if you don't want to eat there, you can pay by pound and take it to go.
Yeah.
Wait,
load up.
Hold on. Time out.
Yeah.
So a restaurant is so self-aware of what a hot garbage fire the eating experience in their facilities is, that their newest marketing concept is, if you don't want to eat with us, we can still sell you food.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's their best message they can come
also,
up with.
isn't this just takeout? I'm very confused here.
No, basically, but no, Dave. What they're saying
a buffet and
is
they can pay as much as they
for the pound.
Like,
yeah,
the pound.
What they're saying is, Dave, is like, hey, we know you'd like to eat here as part of our family, but sometimes life happens. So please get that same experience of taking as much food as you want. Take it home with you.
I don't think that's what they're saying, but I do salute, Eli, your commitment to this bit.
Listen,
and on top of that, do you think there's anybody in the world that talks about Golden Corral that doesn't work for the company as much as Eli? Because
I'm trying. Listen,
he's the least paid influencer.
Listen, first off, I'm trying. I love Golden Corral. First off,
we know.
We understand.
Secondly, I'm trying to get our first official corporate sponsorship, and why not get it from a trusted, beloved company? And thirdly, I'm assuming our sponsorship would come with free meals.
I would love to see this crew go film a fucking commercial.
Like Golden Corral?
Golden Corral, yeah.
Listen, it would be fantastic. The only time I put my foot down is like, I don't want to eat out of the chocolate fountain. That's my only.
You would bathe in it, but you don't want to eat it.
What if they want you in your... What if they want you in your tidy whities to stand in the chocolate fountain just for the...
Well, that's no different than like the children playing in it every time you go. I don't...
will you get in it?
Well, yeah,
will you get in the chocolate fountain?
Oh, of course. I mean, as long as I don't have to eat from the chocolate fountain, yeah, I'll get in the chocolate fountain.
That's all I want to know.
And then we'll hire the 2 drunk sharks from Katy Perry to come in and spook you so that you shit all over yourself.
Oh my God.
In the chocolate fountain.
No one's going to know because it's a chocolate fountain.
Guys.
Oh my God. You know what? We might want to start a advertising company.
Not with this idea.
Think about it, Jamie, right?
No, thank you.
Here's our next 20 years. Start this advertising
20
company.
years?
Oh my God.
Well, here's our next 20-year plan. We're going to start this advertising company, right? To use that money from these various advertisements to start our movie career. First, we're making a docu-related movie.
That's
then we're
the
making
first one you're going with?
Well, it's going to set up the supernatural Avengers, the universe that we do that movie, right?
I don't think shortest lived studio in history.
No, everybody's gonna love it. And then we'll go to the Goat Poplick Bridge movie we talked about.
Bridge. I think that's the episode that may have started the movies. So yeah.
Yeah. So then we'll go to our 13th Ghost movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then our first Oscar contender will be this classy
Blackbeard
movie. And it'll be called Blackbeard, the biggest dick in the sea.
Oh, yeah. See, I liked better just Blackbeard.
Okay,
Hey,
Blackbeard.
Jeff, if I could just have a quick
Period.
sidebar. I don't want to foment disorder, but I've got a secondary plan me and you could work on. My plan is to not do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I will.
Wait, both of you are telling me if Jamie and I came to you and go, "Hey, we have all this advertising money, and
Where
we're
are we getting
filming
this money?
from doing our
From the
advertising."
Great Golden
From
Corral.
all
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the
and I
sponsorships
and I go, we're doing this movie. It's a studio movie. Jamie's playing 11 of the parts. Okay, and then
Always.
you guys could be the extra shoeless people on the dock.
Wow, I
and
think we've just shown our value,
Oscar
Jeff.
contending.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well,
there's no other parts when Jamie's playing.
Wait, I thought the movie was being filmed at Golden Corral with Blackbeard. I thought
No,
that
that's
was
the sponsorship.
Wait,
Well, that's
could
what
we-
I'm saying. Wouldn't we want to do that? Wouldn't we want to just have Blackbeard in the Golden Corral?
That's
right?
not classy.
Yeah, if we're using their money. they're
Are you
gonna
saying
want
that he
placement.
wasn't possessed by the devil? He just ate Golden Corral,
It could
and
be-
that's
yeah,
what made
it's-
him the way he was.
That's what
he
you
was
got
just-
from that
He just had.
statement?
It is
He
because
just
then
had-
you'd be like, "Oh, eat Golden Corral. You won't. It'll be really, really hard to kill you." Oh,
He just
see,
had
advertising.
IBS the whole time. That's all it was.
I would like to see you get shot 5 times and stabbed over 20
Wow.
and keep
Wow,
fighting
that is a bold statement.
with a
It was
bowl with a belly full of Golden Corral. That's all I'm saying.
Hopped up.
If he
on
had a
Golden
belly full
Corral
of Golden
food.
Corral, he might volunteer for that service.
Yeah,
He might not even make it to that service.
like
Just kill
aim
me
higher,
now.
I'd say.
You know what? I just here is what we're doing the year of the winner. I bring you the biggest dick of the ocean, and yeah, maybe just maybe, I want to imagine him eating Golden Corral because it is a fine dining establishment.
But it's not.
I mean, you're laying it on a little thick. I know.
I'm trying to get some sponsorship.
They're not listening.
You don't know that.
Like, I don't think anybody who's listening thinks Golden Corral is a fine dining
What
establishment.
if part of our sponsorship deal we could get that our podcast is played in the dining room while people eat?
Just constantly?
Yeah.
On a loop.
Yeah.
Did you know that Blackbeard was the pirate who started the trend of having all of his crew wear the big gold loop rings in his ears for the kills they made?
Really?
No. Huh.
Yeah, it was pretty fair. He didn't charge him anything but a buccaneer.
I
Oh my
knew.
God. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Do you know why? You know what the real reason was pirates wore gold earrings?
What's that?
So that if they were killed, someone could purchase them a casket.
From
No
the
matter
earring?
no matter where they're at, because they were real gold, and so they could buy them a casket so they could
Really?
have a Christian burial. Yeah.
Oh, that they cared about? Like they cared about their Christian burial after everything
Listen, well, they literally watched Blackbeard hang around with some voodoo people, head on fire, literally had to be shot 5 times, stabbed over 20, and they're like, you know what? I don't really want to do that. I would like to have a Christian burial
Okay.
and not have my head and zombie body
I don't want to
stuck
go
out
to
in
that
sea.
guy's hell.
Yeah, like I don't want to be there.
And
He-
and this is not a dad joke, but it is something that I found interesting. Is that because you were talking about the hemp and everything in his beard, and I was looking at, and there are options like you could cake black clay or char mud into your beard to keep it from burning. There are some options, but when I was
Yeah,
looking at that, it did say one of the facts I found, which I think is pretty cool, is Blackbeard's favorite drink was rum and gunpowder, like black gunpowder.
Ah,
He would pour
Nice.
it into his rum. and
In
drink it.
rum?
Yeah. Oh, they
which is probably why he was psychotic, because isn't that like half lead?
Yeah, at the time. Yeah. Well, that's
drinking.
Well, that's what like they like the real. Which I didn't want to go into the real theory because him being possessed was cooler, but they actually think that that's why, because like they with his lighting his beard on fire, they think there was probably multiple times where he didn't actually have a full beard because it burned, because they said he would light it at a moment's notice, and like he wasn't going to have that stuff just all the time. But yeah, there was actually a real issue where like during this time frame that they would use old gunpowder barrels, which was caked in gunpowder, to store their rum and gin, because if it didn't age enough, it would give it a bite. You can still buy gunpowder gin today. They obviously there's not real gunpowder in it, like they use like old barrels, but like a lot of people would like, it would fuck people up. They actually think that might be like, they're like, I think we talked about during the I don't remember the episode, but when like England was going through the Malus Maleficarium, like all these witch hunters were like saying like they were seeing all this weird shit, which half of them were making it up, but they actually think half of them were seeing it because they were drinking a lot of gunpowder alcohol, because they would literally like when they'd use up a gunpowder barrel and like they would stop in towns, they would just have them put their alcohol in it
because they had the barrels,
because they had the empty barrels,
and they weren't going to live to be 40 anyway. So
no, their job was to literally hunt witches. Like they're like, I'm going to get like witched to death, any day now. But yeah, no, like Blackbeard, they said like that dude was legit like insane, especially because like a lot of boats he was on, he would just like, instead of like park them or like not park them, but like anchor them and like do whatever, a lot of times like he would just run them into the fucking ground and destroy them, and like that's how he parked.
Maybe he just was really bad at parking a boat. Sometimes that's what's easier. Just
I feel like you just throw an anchor and like you're parked. Like
no, then it could like jerk you. Like what if it like rips out? I don't know.
I mean, it's not like your boat's going 90 miles an hour. It's like a
maybe his was.
It did have a motor on it.
He was a demon. I mean, what's to say how fast his boat goes?
You know what? You got me there. And if you're a demon with a belly full of golden crow and gunpowder rum, you always smell burned hair.
Hey, it was a golden corral.
Wait, are you saying golden crow like burnt hair?
It always smells like burnt
on
hair
its best day.
Somehow it smells like wet dog and burning hair at the same time.
If I remember correctly, Jamie, I believe there's a golden crow in New York.
It's in like we went, I think Queens or something. We looked it up. Yeah, somewhere.
If I promised
I've
to
never been
actually
to one, so.
step foot in New York City, which I swore I never would,
I'll take you to Golden Corral.
And you would eat there.
But we don't really want to go to Queens, but sure, yeah.
What's wrong with Queens?
We just
there's a golden corral there.
How dare you? How dare you? I'm just saying, you wouldn't do that for me. You wouldn't take me to Queens.
Yes, I will do that.
And you would
eat the food. Lives there. It's your memory that you're ruining.
I will take you.
But no, she's going to eat with me, right?
I mean, you're in the mecca of the best restaurants in the world.
Yeah,
you're the one who's asking her to take you to Golden Corral.
I'm getting the ice cream that's from behind the counter somewhere.
No, it's literally like
the man
everybody
just do this, and that's hopefully all that happens.
No. Like at all of them, you either do this yourself if they have that kind of ice cream, or you scoop it out of the thing yourself.
Oh no, thank you. It needs to be behind it needs to be somewhere.
There is nothing except for the steaks behind the counter.
Oh my god,
that's the point of Golden Crown.
Fuck. All right, maybe the ice cream. If you can't reach in the top of the machine or something,
they also have pizza.
Are the cones just like sitting there? Like
they are. You just, yep, 100%. Yeah.
Can I bring my own cup from?
Well, they have bowls there. They have bowls.
No, I don't trust the bowls either. Can I just bring in?
Like you're gonna pull like
cutlery and like
you're gonna pull like a cup out of your pocket.
Yeah. Just fill my own ice cream.
All right, let me ask you this. Okay, if I had to give you a choice, either we go eat in a Golden Corral, or you have to spend the night in the most haunted house. We have to stay up all night and be locked in a haunted house all night.
Jamie doesn't believe in ghosts. She's all about that.
We've been through this, Eli. You know
but
I don't.
tetanus, all these places have tetanus.
So does Golden Corral, apparently.
Exactly.
No, it doesn't. It has carpet. You can't get, everyone knows if there's carpet in a place, you can't get tetanus there.
I'm
Your
taking the
rules
house.
still
You know what?
mystify me.
By myself for a night, it's like in a house with nobody.
Well, no, I'll be
sounds
there.
It's me and Eli in the house.
If it has carpet, you can't get tetanus.
Yeah, that's everybody knows that rule.
Not even. I wasn't even acknowledging that.
What?
Yeah, everybody knows if a place is nice enough to have carpet, you can't get
nice
tetanus
enough to have carpet. I'm pretty sure actually the sign of being nice is like not having carpet in many places. Some hardwood floors, some like fancy like.
But carpet says home, and if you have carpet, it's like welcome home.
I don't.
Which I'm pretty sure is the motto of Golden Corral.
I don't have carpets. You saying my home is not home?
I don't.
You're going to get tetanus.
I only have one room in my house. That
area
has carpet,
rugs.
So.
Yeah, I have area rugs and hardwood floors.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Like a normal human being.
That only gives you half tetanus
until you get tetanus.
Yeah, you don't get tetanus, but you will end up with syphilis. This is the science.
well, no, but she has glitter all over the place, so like that reflects the rays.
I have some glitter around. Yeah.
Like you say some, but.
Well, because that shit sticks on everything. It's everywhere.
Like, if I had to compare your house to a party city, I might think you have more glitter than a party city. I don't know if I believe it.
More than Party City, less than Michael's. Because you're not picking a craft store. Like, less than Michael's, maybe more than Party City. I don't know. Who's to say?
Well, I mean, the fact that you could fill a hallway up with it when we discussed protecting your apartment from intruders.
We didn't say fill a hallway. We said sprinkle it.
What are we talking about at this point?
I don't even know, Dave. I don't even know if you were there. It might have been the three of us, which was.
I do know, and Eli can correct me if I'm wrong, and this is probably going to impact Jeff the most because we just talked about it on the Deep Sea Entendre Campfire Tales. But from my understanding, Blackbeard wasn't even really a real captain because he did not have a peg leg or a hook.
Yeah. Yep.
See, but that.
Wait,
I mean,
you have to have those
according to Jeff's pirate rules.
Oh, Jeff's pirate rule.
Yep.
Got it.
But
he did look into it, but it cost him.
Hey, in all fairness, though, Blackbeard. Oh, you son of a bitch! Blackbeard was not a captain; he was a commodore.
Yeah, he changed his name. Remember?
So Jeff, what's the Commodore have to give up?
Yeah, what's the rule for a Commodore, rate? Jeff?
I think you have to have a really high collar, right? Isn't that pretty much on your pirate outfit?
Hey, Blackbeard wore velvet, purple coats. I'm sure they had high collars.
I think the Commodores probably had crushed velvet suits.
Like, wait, so like, are you saying Blackbeard and Prince dressed the same?
So did you mean Commodore? You mean like Blackbeard was in the Commodores?
No, he stated he decided to promote himself that he was no longer a captain, that he was Commodore Blackbeard. So he decided no one gave that to him. He just went like, you know what? It's almost like if I had to compare it to somebody, right? I would say it's almost like maybe a certain individual who one day decided he was king. No one
Commodore's hits.
No one designated this person king, but he designated himself. And isn't that what really matters?
Yes.
I guess.
You get shit done.
Exactly. Thank you, Jamie.
I'm going to walk into work tomorrow and declare myself CEO.
I'd be like, I'm the CEO.
You can't
really want it, but I'm just going to do it and see. Fuck around, find out, right?
You can't do that on corporate. You can't do that on corporation.
No, I like my hair, but yeah, I'll light something on fire.
Light somebody else's hair on fire.
I don't know.
Someone else. I would say don't light someone else's hair on fire, or you will find yourself CEO of your own prison cell.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
You know, it'd be crazy, and I would pay to see this movie if Jamie goes in, power move. I'm gonna light someone's hair on fire, name myself CEO, and for some reason, her company's like, well, now we gotta send pirate hunters after her. And they're like, why are there still pirate hunters? But
this is an original idea you just came up with.
Well, hold on.
You didn't steal someone else's or a previous.
First off, I never stole anybody else's ideas. They're all my TM.
13 Ghosts.
I did not steal it. I was.
It sounded like you did.
Rebooting and remaking it in my own image.
Okay.
Imagination.
Okay.
But technically, there are still pirates. So one would have to presume there's still pirate hunters. So we could actually make this a reality TV show, Jamie.
Oh, okay.
You know, when Blackbeard was in the Commodores, he wrote a song for Sheila called Once, Twice, Three Times a Lady.
Three Times a Lady. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about all of the Sheila's dating history.
She's a Brick House.
Oh, he wrote that?
Yeah.
About Sheila?
She's
When he
mighty,
was in the
mighty.
Commodores. He was
You
in
know,
the Commodores
All hang
years.
out.
I would say Sheila has a questionable dating history because it seems like every terrible person
Of course.
dated.
That's
Yeah,
kind
of
of the
course.
point.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Wow.
doesn't she deserve a break? Doesn't she
No.
deserve a nice man?
No.
This fictional
man.
character that we've made up.
Yeah, like
You know what? On that note, I'll accept her fate.
You know how you make a pirate furious? Take away the P.
I'm so glad there's no real pirates like that anymore. Because if they heard that joke, they would be sad. Unless there are pirates outside of Somalia listening to this right now. And I
I
say
was gonna
blame
say, aren't
Dave.
there still
Yeah.
Somali pirates?
They just did, like, what was that, a couple years ago? Tom Hanks did a movie back in Captured by One.
Captain Ahab or whatever it was called.
Well, I think
Captain
you're thinking
Morgan.
of Captain Sully, and that was about airplane pilots.
It was
Okay.
He
Okay.
did a movie about that, like, I don't know, cruise
Wilson,
captain.
right? Wasn't it Wilson?
That-
was,
Is Castaway, and that was his beach ball lover,
okay.
volleyball, isn't it?
volleyball lover. A beach ball and volleyball, the same thing.
Yeah, there was some
Oh, I guess
conspicuous
they are.
holes in
No, a beach
that
ball is the
they
thing
are
that you
very
blow
not.
up. They're very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, beach balls was at like a concert back in the day that you hit
They're
around.
they're blow up,
volleyball
right? Beach
is
balls
a-
are like
a-
blow ups.
Yes, you blow up a beach ball. A volleyball you play volleyball with.
I mean, technically, can't you play volleyball with any ball?
No,
This is not
it
philosophy.
was a
They are
volleyball
different things.
in Castaway.
I'm pretty sure I've seen people play volleyball with beach balls.
Regardless,
They've been playing it wrong.
I'm telling you that Wilson was a volleyball. So
Very much.
I don't
I feel
think
like I feel like if they have a ball specifically named for the sport that you're doing, you should probably use it. You know what I mean?
that is not where I thought you were going to go with that. But I'm glad you went that direction.
You have a bad attitude, so
Well, it's because I haven't eaten golden crow in
well.
quite some time. But hey, on that note, Jamie, is there anything you'd like to tell the fine folks about?
no, I'm good.
Jeff, is there anything you'd like to tell the fine folks about?
I don't think so. I think they've heard enough.
Dave, would you like to tell the fine folks about the Wicked Wild?
Well, you're here. And as Eli mentioned at the very top, this is the first week of Camp Wicked Wild. So you got 4 more weeks of this where you get a movie review and a Campfire Tales in the same week. If you want to learn more about us, you can go to our website, thewickedwild.com, where we've got book reviews. We've got a little merch store with t-shirts with different designs and stuff like that. We actually have a Camp Wicked Wild design that you'll see on there. You can follow us on social media, Twitter at Wicked Wild We Are, Slasher, which is the horror only community, which is at Wicked Wild We Are. And we are back on Instagram at Wicked Wild Pod. So you can follow us on all of that stuff. Spread the word, share this with some friends. We would love to have your reviews, any comments. If you have any feedback, you can send me an email at podcast@thewickedwild.com. And finally, because it is October and it is Camp Wicked Wild, you know what Blackbeard's going to be wearing for Halloween, right? A pumpkin
What?
patch.
That was lame.
That was a bridge too far, Dave. You need to rail it in a little bit.
Oh my god, did you mean to use 2 C terms right there?
Yep.
You're the worst.
We've been dark redded on an island.
You're the worst. Hey, so next week we'll be covering another what I'm calling biggest dick in whatever its area of expertise of dickery will be in for this year of the wiener. But remember, everybody, if you're ever for some odd reason on a boat off the coast of Virginia and you hear someone screaming about their head and you see a headless body swimming ferociously towards you, you should question why you're still in a boat. It's fucking 2023. Why are you in a boat? Like, why? What do you need off the coast of Virginia? What is there?
Should
Nothing.
be a golden corral.
Should be a golden corral. Thank you. Bye.